Let me find it.
EDM guy with trash can.
I don't know what it was called. I just know that I sent it like to certain people.
Oh, wow.
Rick, are you Doug Funny?
No, but I would like to believe I am.
Oh.
Who's Dove Honey?
Doug Funny?
Yeah, Dove Honey. Who is that?
AKA Quail Man.
Must be the
Thank
person
you,
who
and his
runs Orlando
dog,
Brewery.
Pork Chop.
Oh, poor Chuck.
What are we talking about? What does that mean?
Never watched Doug growing up on Nickelodeon?
No, I didn't have cable growing up. I didn't even have Nickelodeon, so any type of Nickelodeon reference I do not get.
Yeah, you bougie bastard.
Yeah, Doug was on every night at 7 o'clock, Rugrats at 7:30, and it was about a kid
night?
growing up, and he had a journal and a dog named Pork Chop and had adventures. And he was the
I
man.
sent.
It was borderline existential. It was deep. It had deep moments. He was Charlie Brownish, like his life stunk. No one liked Doug. It was sad.
Did you relate to him?
No. Shut
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
No.
Back in Jersey, did you relate to him?
Maybe.
All the other kids are going to their tanning
I did.
salon.
I was Doug.
I could
And my
see
dog
being
was
Dove.
Ben.
Like a Doug to me. I mean, like I said, I didn't watch the show, but you resemble a Doug-like, I don't know, man.
Because I'm a... What? I'll take that, I guess. I mean,
A Doug-like man.
I resemble a Doug-like man.
Share his
Doug-esque.
characteristics. You got his characteristics. No?
I guess. I like to feel like I have Rick characteristics, but sure, I'll take Doug. Full syllable, four-letter, one-syllable name, blah.
Got it, bro.
I don't know, man.
Took forever.
Doug Swain rolls off better than Rick Swain.
I don't think so.
Wait, we're not supposed to... I'll bleep that out of the podcast if you don't want your
Thank
last
you.
name.
It wasn't supposed to be a last name. Thanks, Randall Douchebag McGee.
Oh, God. Okay, let's
We
do
haven't
some
even
more...
started the music yet, so is this really happening?
I didn't realize we were live until just now, so.
Quiet for a little bit, and then I'll take you into it.
It took Miguel to say that until I realized we were live.
Yep,
I thought this was
pretty much.
off-air riffing between Russell and me.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, were you just staring at your email, just waiting for Michael to send over that email? You're just like, wow, he's taking a while.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was watching TV and stuff, and there was no email, and then when it popped up, I clicked it.
Oh, wait, so you were enjoying the Vanderplump Rules? Is what
No,
you're
I was
saying.
enjoying my wife.
Oh,
She enjoyed that.
Awesome.
What?
Hey, so let's go ahead and segue into this thing. It's calling it Nitro November for unknown reasons. But yeah, welcome to another episode of the award-winning, mind-boggling, epilepsy-inducing episode of Beer Me 3 on the Empty Rant podcast, where we gather bi-weekly, unless Teresa messes that up in 2 weeks, to discuss the nectar of the gods handed down to us, mere mortals, or
Hey, man.
Ricks.
Teresa is not messing it up.
Isn't there supposed to be music?
It's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Of course we're all going to be kind of busy.
No, I know. It's a joke, Teresa.
No, it's right here. Right here is where it hurts.
I defend Teresa.
Good. Okay. Well, you are joining us on another episode of not Empty Rant, the Beer Me 3. You messed me up on my rhythm here. Anyways,
Yeah,
this is
another
where-
episode of Empty Rant, guys.
and we date the cosmology of the Bible and geocentric and Planist theories. No, that's not us.
Nope.
We're talking about.
Are you reading old notes? Like
No.
over a month ago?
Let me
Damn,
flip
Miguel,
through.
week behind.
All right, usual trio is here, and we got the Skrillex in the background for whatever reason. That's supposed to resemble Nitro.
I don't even hear it.
Ooh, I heard it.
Oh, I hear it.
It elusively came in for 1 second.
I'm the shit, yeah, I'm the shit, yeah.
It's there. You just can't. I don't know why you can't hear it. I don't know. Turn up your headphones, bro. Anyways, what are you guys drinking?
Ooh, me. Pick me.
Go for it. What do you got?
I have the Left Hand's Wake Up Dead Nitro. It is a Russian Imperial Stout on Nitro. It is delicious.
I've heard a lot of good things about
Oh,
that.
that's interesting.
10.2.
That deserves a Rusto.
ABV. It is.
Give you one.
It's beautiful. It's got a little skull on it. I don't know what that's gonna mean. I'll let you guys know in the morning.
Huh.
If I wake
I'll have
up
to
dead.
find that. I've had the left-hand milk stout nitro, and that was pretty good.
They had that one. They had the pale ale, and there was another one they were sold out of. And I ran into a friend that works at the liquor store, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we just got their the Wake Up Dead." And I was like, "What is it?" And he said, Russian Imperial Stout." And I was like, "That one, please."
I think Russell's trying to talk to us, guys. Our Dizzle. There he is. Look, I see a bottle.
Oh yeah, he's not allowed to. He's all about his privacy. Let's see what he's got here.
And it's a shame he added me on Facebook. I know what he looks like now.
Blast.
I'm never going to Florida.
That's okay. I'm never going to meet you in real life either.
Randall,
Good.
what is it that you're drinking?
They call it Blueberry Bluebick, made by, I don't know, some wacky Danish people.
And
Is that a
nitro?
Sure, why not?
Ooh, I think he's lying, guys.
Big fat
You
liar
got the
too.
Nitro Police on you.
Man, Marisa, I was gonna grab that I was gonna grab the Nitro Milk Stout, but now you're making me want to go back and look for that other one. That one looks
Yeah,
good too.
the Wake Up Dead's real good.
Yeah. What do you got over there, Rick?
Just Boddingtons. Nothing fancy.
Oh.
I haven't done that in a while.
Oh.
I have the same thing as well, Boddingtons, and
Nice.
it's a good beer.
No, it's just a good cream ale. That's all that it is.
Cream ale. And I told my friend Jeremiah that I was going to be drinking Boddingtons on the Nitro episode. He's like, "Why? That's so boring." So it's just like, I was like, "It's a good beer. I like it. It's kind of one of my first imports that I tried and really enjoyed." Alongside with there's another one. It's escaping. Oh, Murphy's. Murphy's is another one, but I feel these are kind of I don't know, not unusual, or not. I don't know, nothing out of the ordinary. It's a pretty standard Nitro beer. So.
Oh, it totally is. I mean, it's not necessarily that the style is boring. I mean, Nitro adds a lot to it. It's just a cream ale, and people look at a cream ale like, well, it's simple and boring and straightforward, but it does what it does well.
Yeah, excellent.
I've had way better Nitro beers, but this was easy to get. Besides this, it was like Guinness and Left Hand Milk Stout. So I mean, I didn't have a lot of options myself.
Now that you say that it's easy to get or acquire, I was looking on here. It says brewed by InBev or UK, so distribution. You're basically able to find that anywhere now.
Anywhere.
Wait, aren't they bad?
Not necessarily
Ooh, them.
Oh yeah, where's that music we had for InBev? Remember?
Ooh, sound
Yeah,
effects.
In Boo.
we got some. It should be like haunting. I don't know. It's like I don't know. I got the sad foghorn. But that's really like when.
I guess that'll do.
I don't know, man. This is
Well,
the
you want
opposite of
villainous.
Babe. That will not do, Pig.
That one.
That one.
Do you have like a crowd booing?
There we go. Ooh, I like that
that's a
idea.
good one.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I
a child crying,
Yeah, that would work too.
or like the sound
Or
of somebody
something like
stepping,
that.
like something.
Wouldn't that be what's yours that you hate?
Orlando Brewing.
Orlando Brewing, like somebody drinking Orlando Brewing beer. Oh.
Hey, I still want to do that idea where we have Rick say nothing but good things about Orlando Brewing.
Or how about we all get Orlando Brewing beer and drink it the whole podcast?
Oh man.
That would mean you have to.
I can't get that.
You're gonna have to send us olive oil. Wink, wink,
Yeah.
so that we could
Oh, wink, wink.
we can try it over here. Yeah.
Committing
Okay.
mail fraud.
You before the show, Teresa was talking about the pouring style of the Nitro Milk Stout from Left Hand Brewing, and what exactly does it say, Teresa? How to?
There's a video on their website, and actually, sorry for the dog, but in this video, there's a QR code on the bottle too, and if you scan it, it'll take you to show you how to pour the beer. So, and I'll get into that in the history in a bit, but basically, you just pour it hard, so you just turn it all the way upside down. That's how you're supposed to do this one. But all Nitro beers, you should be pouring them if they're canned or bottled. You should be pouring them, not drinking them out of the can.
And,
Well,
and you're forcing it that I guess it forces nitrogen into the beer, and then
Mm-hmm.
turn that delivers those bubbles, and you get that little creamy head forming up at the top. So I don't know how many ounces this bottle. Oh, this is 1 pint.
Pint?
How many ounces are in a pint? Anybody know?
16.
16. Okay.
You're a scientist, man. I'm disappointed.
How do I measure things?
Well, no, I was going to say 16, but this article I'm reading says 16.9 ounce cans are filled up with, and so it started off with that. And so if
Well, you need a little headspace, my friend.
Yeah. So I don't know if these.
Doesn't go right to the top.
So are these 16.9 ounce cans that hold 16 ounces of beer?
Yep.
Them? Okay. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
I got a quick question though about the nitro beers. How does your dog feel about nitro beers?
She doesn't care about the nitro beer so much.
Maybe you should give her one.
See, she's not that interested. She's
Yeah,
like,
boo,
give me
that's
some
more
of
of
that
a sour
leftover
beer
salmon.
dog. I see it.
She does like
Dog
red
likes
wine.
lambics and fuses.
I don't think you're supposed to give your dog beer.
Don't tell her that.
Look at the frickin' dog police over here.
I know the guy who can't even measure things. He's dog police.
Okay.
No.
The reason I brought up 16 ounces or 1 pint. You take a 16.9 ounce can like this Boddington can, and you fill it up with 14.9 ounces of beer, and that gives you that 2 ounce base that we were talking about earlier. And then you add a minute of liquid nitrogen. So then you put the lid on real quick, and as the liquid nitrogen warms, it turns to gas, raising the pressure inside the can and forcing about 1% of that beer into the hollow disc you hear inside.
Ooh, I heard it.
Well, yeah,
Ooh, I heard
so
it.
when the can is open, the pressure is released. That small amount of beer streams out through the tiny holes, creating a geyser effect inside the can. This agitation causes the carbon dioxide to physically be knocked out of the solution, creating the tiny little bubbles. I can't say it. Bubbles. Tiny creamy bubbles. It's like a draft beer in a traditional English ale pub. High pressure, low carbonation. And that's like they rave about the Boddingtons. They rave about it on the back of their can about how this is a what is it? Draft flow system.
Ooh, fancy.
Draft flow, but they say drop flow, so I don't know what's up with that.
It's English.
They drop the cans on the ground. Drop flow.
Drop flow. That's nice. That's what I do. Anyway. Yeah. So into a little bit of the history we have covered here, and if you give me like I don't know about 5 seconds, maybe I could give you some transition music. How about that?
1,
All right.
2,
Got time for that?
3, 4,
We got
5.
history.
Ooh,
I'm disappointed.
Miguel. Wah, wah.
Now it's time to play the crowd booing.
No. Okay, the iPad was that little thing that you can silence all your sound effects. Anyways, you don't know what I'm talking about.
What you
Yeah,
need
sure.
is the sound effect for technical difficulties.
History.
Nope. Were you gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead. What's our history on nitro beers? I have some notes, but I don't want to talk over whatever notes that you already have. So I want to hear what you have to say first.
So just kind of a quick background. Nitro obviously refers to the type of gas that's used in the carbonation process. So typically you see people using CO2 with nitro beers. They're using a mix that's 70% nitrogen and 30% carbon dioxide instead. The nitrogen is largely insoluble. I hope I said that right. It creates a thick mouthfeel. Like Miguel said, it has the smaller, more stable bubbles, makes the creamier, longer-lasting head. And some people say that it makes it a little less bitter. There's kind of like a perception that a nitro beer is always going to be less bitter than if it was the same beer on CO2. And then typically you have nitro beers that are more malt heavy, so porters and stouts versus like your IPAs. When did they start doing beers on nitro? You kind of have to have a knowledge of what's the traditional American beer. So light beers, short on malts, hops, served really cold with a high carbonation. And that high carbonation kind of brings out what little flavor profile there is. So if you go back to English ales when they had heavier malts, heavier hops, and this is before refrigeration and carbonation, they were stored in little casks. So they had to get it out, they had to force air in there, forced carbonation. And they did that with a hand pump, and they're just using regular air, which is about 78% nitrogen. The only problem with that is that you also get oxygen in the cask, and then the beer goes bad quicker. So people started putting beer on nitro to kind of simulate those English ales that they were already doing. So present day, most of the time you find nitro beers on draft. And Guinness was actually the first one to can a nitro beer, which using that little widget Miguel was talking about, and that was in 1989. You obviously, again, shouldn't drink it out of the can or the bottle. But in 2011, Left Hand, these guys, actually, at the Great American Beer Festival, they debuted the first nitrogen beer that did not use a widget. So that's kind of their claim to fame, and I'm not really sure who's doing that now without the widget. I know Boddington's has the widget, Guinness has the widget.
I think Left Hand has it too.
Nope, no widget. Empty.
Really? Shit.
Yeah, you might not have had your headphones in. That was the 2011 Great American Beer Festival. That's when they debuted their non-widget beer.
Huh.
So.
Damn. Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're kind of pioneers on that.
Kind of going back to your notes on, you're saying barmaids had to pump. Was it pump the?
They pump the air into the cask.
Okay, yeah, and so since like the air is 70%, I think you said nitrogen. That's
right.
where.
So kind of by default, those beers were always creamier ales.
Mm-hmm.
Once you could, force carbonate it with draft or kegs, whatever. Then.
And part of the problem with not part of the problem. It was part of the problem. You couldn't keep those beers for a long time if they were going to be consumed within a day.
Exactly.
Right, because of oxidation. You're pumping those things with oxygen.
Right.
Now you're putting air into the tank, and it will oxidize the beer.
Right. But you could also tell a good barmaid. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Barmaid? Is that what her name's?
Okay.
Because she had really good muscles on her shoulders and her arms, her upper arms. So I just was picturing that, like back in the day, that you just saw like this broad barmaid. You're like, oh yeah, I want to get a beer from her. It's just like. Okay.
It made me think of like those German like barmaids, like the pretty like hefty ones, like carrying a bunch of beers around.
Old photos, whenever you see them with like burly arms. Just like, oh.
Yeah, like St. Pauli girl. He got big shoulders and strong arms and big old boobies.
Exactly.
It's all part of it. Yeah.
The dream woman of the 1920s.
Oh.
Everything
Bellhaven Scottish Ale was the other beer I was thinking of.
Bellhaven.
They have like the pint cans, and they've got a widget in them too, and they kind of have the same directions on them, like let it heat up about 10 minutes and then pour it. So yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. They're the other group that other can that I've tried. I was trying to think of other nitro beers I've had. Only at bars. We went to the Flying Saucer for my bachelor party, and I remember there's a whole list of nitro beers that I tried there. But it wasn't until I started doing the research for this show that I put together how Left Hand Brewing was able to serve a nitro beer in a bottle. And that makes sense. I mean, they're telling you the technique and stuff like that. Obviously, it's going to come out different if you just barely pour it out and then you drink it. You have to have that forceful mixture going on. Otherwise, it's going to come out pretty flat tasting, I imagine. I don't know. I haven't tried it.
But I mean, I didn't really understand how they did it from what I read, because like there's a lot of information on how the little widgets work, but it's like, do they just force nitrogen into the bottles and then, like you said, kind of the hard pour?
Yeah, the hard pour is what the widget does. Basically, you're doing that geyser effect, what the little widget does, but that's why it says on there pour hard, because when you turn it over, you're creating that manual geyser effect going on.
Huh.
So.
Oh, you are your own barmaid.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I mean, look at those strong shoulders. I mean, of course.
Oh, someone's been working out.
trying to read some of the other stuff that they had on here. You're saying you talked about cask already, and then I don't know. There's some notes on here about purist. Let me see. It says purist, as stated before, but I don't want to get into that. I don't.
Let's hear Miguel's hipster corner. You
No, no, I'm good with that. What did you mention earlier about nitrogen? You said it was something, Teresa, at the very beginning of your notes.
Insoluble?
Yeah, insoluble.
I'm using words that I've read on the internet.
Ooh,
And it also has low. Nitrogen has low polarity. I mean, nitrogen is kind of a useful gas in general. It's an inert gas. That's why people put it in their tires. It's with the low polarity. It's also used in, you get like nitrous oxide, but it's also used in whip, like
when you whip a name.
Watch me. No, we're not getting into that. No.
Oh.
Now it's gonna be in my head. Oh god.
I got a good video for that.
I want to hear Russell sing it.
I'm not gonna sing it. Not even for you, Tricky Rick.
Boy. Who even sings that song again? Oh yeah, it was Silento. What's his name?
Yeah, he's one of the top 20 under 20.
He's one of those.
Oh.
No, that's not okay.
One of those.
According
He's
to
one of those
Forbes.
artists. Yeah, but he's one of those artists you can just like search for his name and it goes directly to that song because he has so many awesome songs out there.
Okay. One-hit wonder, my friends.
Yeah.
No, he's got that one about the dessert or whatever. So
I like dessert.
About dessert?
What are you talking
Like
about?
pie?
Oh
Now
boy.
watch me whip,
there you go.
watch me nay nay. Okay.
Can you hear
Now
that?
watch me whip, watch me nay nay. Why me do
Watch
it?
me
Now
put
whip,
nitrogen
kill it. Watch me nay nay.
in my
Okay.
whip.
Now watch me whip, watch me nay. Can you do
Oh,
It's kind of funny how we can't hear the intro song to this podcast, but we can hear this one loud and clear.
you guys,
Right.
that's all that is. You got your selected. It's the bass line on this. Well, the other one has a nice bass line. I don't know. I think sometimes you're just messing with me, and then I'm gonna have to go back and tweak all this. But anyways. So.
No, this time I'm not.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry. Whatever.
Let's see, I have some notes on types of beer for nitro. There are many types of beer where smooth, finer bubbles are appropriate. I mean, I think you talked about this. The Guinness being one that comes to mind. I feel like
Porters and
most
stouts in general.
nitro beer are going to be British milds. I don't know if that's your English ales, pales, creams, just to mention a few of them. But
What's funny because I don't think of a pale ale when I think of nitro. Like Teresa just said it like 2 seconds ago. Stouts and stuff. That's what I think of. Now Boddington is the one example, but I mean Guinness. And then if I think of other beers I've had that are nitro that get advertised as nitro, it's things like I've seen Old Rasputin nitro.
Ooh.
I just had Cigar City Cafe con Leche, a coffee milk stout from Cigar City.
Oh my god.
That was on nitro. That was phenomenal.
I am going to have to break it down. Yeah, those sound good.
Yeah, during the pumpkin episode, I mentioned Good Gourd, which is look up any best pumpkin beer list. Good Gourd from Cigar City will probably be near the top. Not to brag, but it's awesome. I had that on Nitro this past weekend, and it was phenomenal.
Oh my god.
Lord Almighty.
And
So
those were good styles, like a good dark ale with pumpkin spices. That worked.
So I saw, like I was mentioning earlier, Left Hand does have a pale ale on Nitro. And I
Yeah.
was like, what? I could get this to be unique. And then my friend told me, and I didn't ask about it at the liquor store, I didn't see it, but Guinness just came out with an IPA. And it's on Nitro in the can and stuff. I
Really?
don't know how that would work out, but
I would try it.
yeah, I mean, I thought about trying it, but I had 4 beers in my cart at that point, so I was like, I should probably go.
Okay, I'm gonna do. We need some segue music here. Set us up for. Maybe we can talk about some of the beers that we've tried. How does that sound, guys? Okay, sounds good, Miguel. Okay, give us a break.
Yeah, Miguel, you're the best.
Hooray, Miguel!
Awesome.
You're my hero.
Without you, this podcast would not exist.
My sexuality was confused until I met you.
We just spoke straight through the segue.
I like women.
I feel like I unintentionally got kind of drunk this weekend off of craft beer, but I was fine.
Unintentionally.
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
Are you
Son,
confessing?
it is a great hobby with that as an excuse. There's no unintentional.
So, like I mentioned last time where we moved, I'm about 2 houses down from Liquid Town, which offers a variety of beers. I walked in. Well, I didn't go there at first. What did I buy at first? I bought something. Oh, somebody had left some Modelo and canned Not Your Father's root beer still in my fridge. So I finished that, and it was. I was like, okay. Then I moved into some more harvest beers. I tried a what was it called? Sierra Nevada. Was it Sierra Nevada?
Celebration for the
no.
harvest stuff.
Hop Stupid. Have you had that one? Hop Stupid. By,
That's Hop Stupid is Lagunitas.
oh yeah, Lagunitas. That's why I picked it. Yeah. So I got a bomber of that.
And it was like, what, $6 or something, I'm sure?
Yeah. Hey man, what is up with Prairie Bomber being $8 for 12 ounces? That's
I almost
crazy
bought that yesterday. I almost bought it.
Have either of you had it?
No,
No,
I
I
haven't.
already had 4 beers in my cart, and I was like, I can't buy any more beer. I'm like $50 in the beer right now.
And I suggest that for a sit and sniff for the next episode.
Yeah, I'm down for
I would
that.
do it in the name of science.
So some bomb just showed up in town, and it's so good. And if you think that, you will see that, like, so Prairie, when they have a barrel-aged bottle, so think bomb in terms of size, and it'll be like $3 more. It's like $11 for a 12-ounce bottle, which is rough, but their barrel-aged stuff is awesome.
Yeah, well, I walked by it and I was like, is that?
But we should try bomb.
I thought it was
Yeah.
for like 6-pack, and then I had to look again and I was like, no, that's for 1 bottle.
Yep, it's for 1 bottle, and it is
Wait.
dangerous. It's like 12% alcohol, and it does not drink like that at all.
Nice, yeah.
Very
All the,
thin beer for how strong it is, but it's good. We should do that.
So we're gonna do bombs for the next show.
Yep. You can
Like-
do a Jaeger
Jaeger
bomb,
bombs.
Russell.
I'll do that, and a sake bomb, and an Irish car bomb, and whatever else.
Vegas bomb. Don't forget that
so
classic.
Lagunitas, Hop Stupid, and then there's another one that I posted on my picture. But after that, I finished that. I was feeling okay. I went back to Liquid Town and I grabbed a 4-pack of Old Rasputin
You would.
and drank all 4 of those things while barbecuing.
Wait,
And,
in one night? In one night?
Like within a 2-hour span. Yeah.
Wow. That's.
Happened.
I'm surprised your palate held strong.
Attaboy, champ. You should have eaten some cheese while you did that.
I was barbecuing, so I was also eating a little. But dude, after that 4th one, I only remember about maybe an hour after that, and I went and fell asleep. So, I woke up like 9 o'clock. It's one of those like weird long naps during the day, and then I was just like, oh, huh, is it already morning? It's just so confusing. So, anyways, Old Rasputin. Now I was reading that, and then you also kind of brought it up, but that one also has a nitro beer that's completely different than the carbonated one.
Right, which I've heard is way better, but
Yeah.
I've never had that one.
The nitro one?
Bowls.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I have not had that one.
Yeah, well, on the forum that I was reading, most of those people had drank the one with nitro in it, and then when they went to go find it at the store, of course it's only carbonated, they were, I guess, like severely disappointed is what they put on it.
Which is funny because I like nitro, but I like normal carbonation better.
Mm-hmm.
I get what it does for styles, and in the beers I had this weekend, it was really good and worth it. But at the end of the day, I would rather have a normal carbonated beer.
Yeah,
I get less tired of it quicker.
I don't know what it is. I feel like with nitro, you're kind of masking the flavors, and you're taking away from the true flavor of the beer. Almost like, I don't know, like putting salt on your food. If you put too much salt on your food, I don't know if that's a good analogy, but you salt everything, you're gonna get away from the true taste. Or I don't know, if you dip every steak you ever had in A1 sauce, then you think that steak is supposed to taste like A1 sauce, kind of thing. It's like you don't eat the meat for itself and truly appreciate the flavor. And that's the same thing with nitro beers, because it's giving you that creamy taste, and then you're kind of getting away from the actual flavor. But
So, to
Where
that
you-
point, we went to the Flying Saucer last year, maybe, or the year before, but they had the pecan porter that we like so much, and they do that double whiskey barrel aged every year. And they had the 2013 or 14, whatever year it was, they had it on the regular carbonation and they had it on nitro. And so my husband drank both, and he liked the nitro, but he's like, it just kind of takes that bite away that you would get from the barrel aging. So I think that like maybe the regular pecan porter would have been good on nitro, and then you kind of enhance those flavors. But
you know what? I bet you.
the nitro
I'm
kind
not-
of took away the bitterness of the barrel
But
age.
if I had a pecan porter with nitrogen, I think maybe it'd be delicious. I don't know.
That's one of the ones I picked up. I picked up the 2015 barrel aged yesterday because it just came out too.
Yeah, I feel like it acts a lot like milk does in coffee. Kind of got that. I don't know. See, that's another thing with people that I don't know, put too much creamer and also too much sugar in their milk. I mean, in their coffee. You get away from the true flavor. But I don't know. It is what it is. It's still beer. Still beer. It's all good in the end. You know what I'm
Still
saying?
beer. Still gonna drink it.
What do you know?
You know what I know? I know that I woke up this morning, and when I was watching my daily episode of Adventure Time and Aqua Teen Hunger Force, that we're out of vlogs. So I know, sure, today that we ran out of cereal. Other than that, I know nothing.
So you're Jon Snow.
Okay, Plato.
How?
I
John
love
Plato's now.
Adventure Time. Do you guys watch Adventure Time? I don't know if anybody knows what that cartoon is.
I tiny, but I don't. I'm only so much of a stoner, and I have no kids.
Wow.
Well, I watched it before.
So-
I don't know what that's.
Yeah, Jared watched. Is it Rick and Morty that comes on after Adventure Time? Like I've already given away too much information.
Completely different channels.
No, I don't.
Rick and Morty is Comedy Central.
No, not Rick
What?
and Morty. It's the bird. The bird and the gumball machine.
Adventure
No,
Time.
Rick and
Or,
Morty is Adult
the
Swim, dude.
regular show.
The regular show. That's it. He likes the regular show.
Morty's on the Cartoon Network, but the regular
no.
show.
Oh, Cartoon
Regular
Network.
show.
Yeah.
It's the regular show though.
Hey, get out of here, tricky Rick.
Yeah,
You're drunk. Get out of here.
Rick,
Close enough.
Rick from New Jersey. Get out of here with all that. Go.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a
Go
fucking,
back to your tanning booth.
I'm a fucking Southerner. Get over it.
Go.
My New Jersey side is dead, guys. Get over it.
Uh-huh.
GTO. It's what does that stand for? Gym Tan Laundry. There we go. I remember now.
Yeah,
That's such
I
a
do
weird-
the laundry once a week.
That's from the.
Hey,
Jersey Shore.
there's a ghost in the background, Rick. You better be careful.
That was my wife.
Oh.
You know what?
Oh, he said
Segue.
why?
Let's do
Oh.
the segue right
And that was the first time I dropped it in casual conversation. So.
Oh, it's really weird, right? When
I
you're
know,
like,
right?
this is my husband or wife or fiance, like the first time you say it, and you're like,
Okay, I will say this. I've gotten used to fiance over the past year and a quarter.
mm-hmm.
Now to say wife is weird. So I'm sure I'll get
Yeah.
used to it because that's it for a while.
Why don't you call her life partner?
No, next she'll be super wife. So boom.
I don't.
Super wife?
Wait, what is that? Are you changing religions or something?
Oh no. You have a spider bite her, and then she turns into a superhero, and she's your super wife.
Oh, okay. That's a Florida thing then.
Oh
that's
yeah. The spiders here are huge, dude.
sexual.
Yeah.
She'll be
So
flying
is it-
within 2 years.
So is the meth, from what I hear,
Or bath salts.
or bath salts.
Bath salt. Is bath salt still a thing down there?
No, it was that one dude that ate another homeless dude. That's it. Just the one.
Can I go back to putting bath salts in my bath? Is that okay? Or...
Yeah, just don't smoke them and try to eat your wife. That's
Oh,
all.
okay. I took. Well, what do you mean by eat my wife? Wait, let's not get into
Whoa,
Whoa!
whoa.
That got sassy.
Turn.
I don't mean the first Thursday of every month for you. I mean physically like barbecuer.
that. Why are kids in here?
Wow.
Oh,
Welcome to Adult Hour.
I'm gonna go get another beer.
What were we talking about this podcast, guys?
It's okay. We already talked all about the Nitro. Now we got to entertain the viewers who made it this far.
wanted to tell Rick congratulations on getting married. So that's one thing. Way to go, Rick.
Boom! Thank you. I got a wife. My wife.
My wife.
He's
How
like dropping it every 5 seconds now. It's great. Like it.
I'm gonna drop my wife like 20 times. Oh, thank you, my wife.
Wait, you're gonna drop her 20? I think that's domestic violence, dude. You better not do that.
Nah, my floor is very soft.
Oh, because you live in an insane asylum?
No, trampoline house, in fact. It's great.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
I know, right? It was my childhood dream.
There's a bunch of indoor trampoline parks in Austin.
Yeah, and they're
an
awesome.
extremely large amount. Like, how many children? I don't know.
Have you tried any?
I tried once. I got a Groupon.
Get a group on. Yeah,
It was for an hour.
Go ahead.
No. Ask your question, good sir.
No, I was saying because one opened up here in Corpus, and I see a line out the door every Saturday there, and I don't know why, because I look on the website, it says by appointments. I don't know why there's a line. What's the line for? Maybe
there's only so many people at a time on the trampolines, good sir, so you don't hurt each other.
Maybe they fit in walk-ins, like, oh, hey, little baby boo-boo didn't show up. You want to go on there, kid?
Wait, what's her name? Lady Boo Boo?
Little baby boo-boo?
Baby boo.
Can you imagine, be like, no, I'm gonna get to the trampoline park early. I'm hoping the spot opens up for me this weekend.
And that's how I spent my
life.
Welcome to America.
I will say this: it was one of the few things that ever made me feel as old as I do. I'm not even 30 yet. I had a Groupon for 1 hour. Within 10 minutes, I was sweating and panting.
That's how I see it. Because on paper, yeah. Well, on paper it looks good, but when it's actually happening, you're like, oh shit, I'm tired, dog.
It was one of those very few moments that made me feel as old as I am, but I don't think I am.
Wow, that's called not enjoying life.
No, it's just a kid can bounce on a trampoline for hours. I did it as a kid, and now I'm in my late 20s, and I do it for 10 minutes, and I'm dying.
Jared said they went on a work lunch or something, that they took them all to the trampoline park, and he said that there was some kids, because it was in the summer, I think, when they went, and so there's 5 or 6 adults there, and there's a couple 8-year-olds, and he's like, they kicked our ass at dodgeball. We had no, everyone else is a smoker, and they were out super quick. He's the only one that lasted any amount of time. He's like, no, man, they kicked our ass. So.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. Well, my question is, where does he work, and can I get a job there? Because I want to go on trampoline break.
Me too.
That was the last cool thing they did. Well, they do Pizza Fridays once a month.
That's amazing.
What? Wait,
sounds like every Friday.
How generous is their leave? That's my question.
I don't know. I mean, I know he started accruing pretty good vacation time 30 days after he started, but he couldn't use it for 6 months. So when 6 months rolled around, he had 60 days vacation or something stupid.
60 days vacation?
No, I don't know.
Wait, what?
What?
60 days.
What?
Hours.
He had 3 months of vacation?
You guys have a 10% year.
Yeah, in Hawaii.
60 hours. 60 hours.
Government job.
60 hours. I'm sorry. I'm bad at math.
Yeah, that's a huge difference.
It's
That's not as good then, if that's the case.
Quarter of the year off. Okay, cool. Chilling.
Because I'd have 84 by then if that was what's going on.
I did the segue here to talk more about Rick's wedding. I wanted to know what kind of beer you ended up serving there.
Was it a beer wedding?
Okay, so it was a beer wedding in 2 different ways. Now.
Oh, I like the horns there, by the way.
Keep it. Russell, this is for you. You. Keep an eye on these fingers. Number one.
Okay.
1 and 2. Okay, number 1, pinky. Drop that first. 2 kegs. Bud Light for the masses, and then Stump Knocker Pale Ale from Swamphead Brewery in Gainesville.
Wow.
Not only is it a craft brewery in Florida, but Swamphead is where a large amount of our dates were when we first started dating, prior to our engagement, prior to our wedding. So it was a nice.
How about the keg?
Yes, a keg.
Oh, so, I guess you are Southern. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 1 keg, and then on top of that, me and then two of the guys in my wedding party brought bottles of beer, which we had a special little secret, sexy, super secret cooler that we opened prior to everything, and then at the ceremony we just said screw it, got out of the car and put it right next to our table and started popping bottles out as we drank.
Nice.
Why are you telling us if you live with your wife?
No, don't tell my wedding reception. I don't know. They were busy about bringing shit, so.
Are they
What?
the bottles that you were serving and drinking? Were they different types, or were they just all from one?
Severely different types. We
Okay.
had from Weyerbacher, we had a Belgian sour aged oak with Brettanomyces. Westbrook from South Carolina, we had a Baltic stout, and we had a imperial stout that was brewed with chocolate, coconut, and almonds.
Wow. Okay.
We had some Cigar City beers, which included a imperial stout, the Marshall Zukov, with cinnamon, vanilla, chocolate, and 2 types of chilies.
Wow. Okay.
And that was a 2-year vertical. We had those. That was basically the wedding plus some of those pale ales. Basically, if one of my 2 best men did not hand me a beer, I would drink a pale ale. And just did that through the night. It was a fuzzy night by the end, but fantastic nonetheless.
It looked like you had some fun. I saw a few pictures, and then the one picture that comes to mind is you with the sparklers going, or you were running through the sparklers, right?
Yeah, so apparently my wife's mom, so my mother-in-law, bought like the industrial strength sparklers.
They're road
Was it like the 18-inch sparklers? Because I had some of those.
It was somewhere between what Teresa said and Road Flare. We were at a wedding a few months ago, and it was normal 4th of July sparklers, and it was a really big of a bitch to make it so everybody had them lit as the bride walked down the aisle. They just burnt too quickly. Nope. Ours burned for so long, we came out and they were all lit. We walked it down to the bus, turned around, walked walk to the stairs, up the stairs, turned around, back down the stairs, and back to the bus. We did 1.5 of a walk. 3 full trips, essentially, because the sparklers burned that long. But
Yeah,
it made for a nice photo op.
emergency use. Yeah, it seemed like you got a few cool photos. You know, Teresa has some very impressive photos also of her wedding.
Because my photographer is the best.
Yeah,
I think that everyone at my wedding we had 18-inch sparklers. Apparently they come in like a bunch of different lengths, and my wedding coordinator said, it wasn't coordinator, she's like on the venue, she goes, you should get the 18-inch ones, because if you get them much longer than that, they burn too long, and people start dropping things, and like your dress will catch on fire. And my entire dress was tulle, and I was like, yeah, let's not, because that's going to go up really quick. So if you look, I had it on my Facebook page, I'll have to like pull it up, but the picture of us exiting like with the sparklers, it was kind of hard because there was like a harsh light in the parking lot, but if you look at everybody in the background, they're still trying to light their sparkler because I think everyone was too drunk.
Looking carefully at some of them. I don't know. I was like looking at the people in the background because you always have some.
They're like too drunk to figure it out because there's like 2 people like just staring at stuff. I'm like, oh my god, you guys. And then my father-in-law is just standing there with his sparkler, just drunk and happy. He don't even care.
Well, if they were drunk, that's a good wedding, right?
Yeah, mission accomplished.
I won't lie. Like, there were a handful of people from mine where, when I saw them, it was like, whoa, y'all as drunk as a skunk. However, I will say this: the 3 people I can say that were the drunkest had the most fun, minus me and the wife. So,
yeah,
kudos to them. They had a blast. They probably heard the next day, but
I remember I got really drunk at my sister's wedding, but I was just so happy. I remember just having so much fun at my sister's wedding, but my sister was like, yeah, "You were really drunk, but you're a happy drunk, so that's good." I was like, "Oh, thank God." Wasn't it?
You want to be the mean drunk at the wedding?
You don't want to be that. You ruined my wedding.
We had some drunks, but not. And I wasn't aware. We left. bad timing with the photographer and the driver and all this stuff, but there was about an hour, maybe 45 minutes from when we left to when like the ceremony or the reception had to shut down. So apparently one of my bridesmaids was pretty drunk, and she was like yelling at other girls to stop looking at her husband. And her husband physically like picked her up and threw her over his shoulder. And she's like, he's walking her to the parking lot, and she's like, I will cut you bitches.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm really sad I missed that, guys. And no one took a video for me.
That's awesome. Now, let me ask you one last question about both of y'all's weddings since we're talking about this. How did you exit your wedding at the end? Did you leave on, like, we left on a carriage when we were done
Like
with that.
end of the wedding or end of the reception?
No, at the end of the night, did you leave in a car? What type of vehicle did you leave in?
We did a party bus, so after we did the up, down, up
So
of the flares,
Yeah.
yeah, but we wanted to go to downtown St. Augustine, so we did like a party bus kind of thing, and it held
Nice.
like 25 people, and we filled it up, and went downtown, and then we all got Ubers and stuff back. We walked back because we had a B&B back downtown, but
Nice. That's
yeah,
really
so
cool.
we did like a big, nice catered bus thing.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Like I said, we left on a carriage, just a little horse carriage in downtown San
Horse-drawn
Antonio.
carriage.
Horse-drawn carriage.
So
yeah.
beautiful.
I
Shame
thought
on
it
your
was
feet.
easy. I thought it was super,
Yeah.
but I wanted it, so I was like, all right, let's just do it.
You guys are going to be so mad. I let Jared pick, and we left in a 1952 Lincoln Continental convertible, and
Nice.
we were out in the country, kind of, and the guy said something about it was going to rain, and so, like, the roof was up, and when we got to South Congress, so, like, if you don't know Austin, if you're on South Congress, you can come up all the way from, 71 up probably 2.5 miles towards the Capitol.
Yeah.
And when we got onto 71 and we knew it wasn't going to rain, he took the top down for us, and we were like jamming to Kendrick Lamar all the way to the hotel. So, and it was a Saturday night, 6th Street. So we're like at the lightning, and like,
It's
yay.
definitely packed and all kinds of
People
weirdos.
were like, did you just get
Well.
married? I was like, no, I just wear this dress on the weekends.
At least the car didn't break down. You didn't have some like hobo come up to you with like, "Did you get married, stranger?" And you're like, "Oh."
Oh boy. All right, so let me skip my last segue in here. I want to end on a science fact or something science about nitro beer, so we can say we talked
Nitro.
about. Let's see here. I don't. What did I play last time? I think this is a good one. Oh yeah. Soaring with the Eagles. Okay, so we started the podcast about nitro beers, and we haven't had a Miguel Science Corner in a while. We also haven't had Rick's Dino Corner in a little bit, so we need to do some on that. But anyways, I want to say, so you'll often hear the term head used when people talk about beer and carbonation. The beer's head is the foamy froth that comes from the top after the beer is poured, and that was kind of one of the main things that we saw with our nitro beers, because they have like that creamy little bubbles that are released, and we get to see that. So the head is created by the dissolved gases escaping from the beer liquid. Various types of beer are expected to have various levels of head, which is thought to play an important role in the aesthetics of a beer. I don't know. Teresa, do you like the beer head to be large or small? That sounds weird when I'm asking directly. Anyways.
You're asking something. I guess I
You're
don't really have an opinion.
Yeah, I honestly don't like a large beer head. I feel like it gets in the way of me drinking the beer, and I'm having to wait for it. So it's a matter of me not having the patience to let it go down.
I guess
I bet you don't.
I guess it depends. Like this nitro, right? It had a big head on it, but it was like creamy and stuff, and it's not like someone poured me a shitty beer, and there was a lot of head on the beer. Does that make sense?
Rick left.
Yeah. Well, Rick got kicked out. He didn't get kicked out. He just texted me. He said, "Shit, computer died and I can't rejoin. Finish without me!" Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark. So, anyways,
Thank you for your service, Rick.
thank you.
Stay strong, Rick.
Now, Okay, sorry, I got distracted by the text. Teresa, did you say you like?
So like in a beer,
Little
when
head.
it's intentional,
Yeah.
like this nitro beer, it still has this head on it, and it's fine. Like that's fine. But if someone pours like a shitty beer, like an unexperienced bartender,
Yeah.
that's annoying. Like, don't give me 2 inches of head on a
I can
Dos
see that.
Equis.
Yeah. There's oftentimes that I've seen. Yeah, exactly. Or if it's Dos Equis on tap, and you're getting this like 2 inches of head, you're like, okay, is this flat or is this thing going out? What's going on?
Right.
You have a bad bartender if that's how much you're getting. Just FYI.
How
Yeah.
about you, Ranting Randall?
I guess it really does depend on the beer, but generally, the less the better. Because in a sense you're losing what you're drinking if you have a very large head, unless that's kind of part of what constitutes the beer. So if you really don't want to have that, especially if you have like a crappy bartender or whatever. Yeah. Who's just like, oh, it just came out like that, and you look at the guy and you're like, come on, really?
I guess I didn't realize how important that foam is in terms of like volatile organic compounds that are it's used to escape or they escape through the gas, and they can also create this like pleasing aroma for the beer. So you smell it. So
yeah, it can be a good prelude if you have the right kind of beer where the head further accentuates the smell and the flavor of it. But I don't recall that many beers that fall into that kind of a category.
Yeah, but it's a little bit. I'm trying to think of some that I've tasted. Actually, it was the milk stout from Nitro. I've tried that one before this, but I remember stouts having a pleasing aroma.
Yeah, I would say that's a good example of the various. If you have a good stout that comes with a nice complementary head to it, then you actually get a good aroma prior to actually drinking the beer, which is also usually pretty good depending on what you have. But that's about it,
Yeah. Let me see. So this isn't nitro related, but it's still on the same subject. So for most beers, the gas that makes the fizz and gives the beer its head is carbon dioxide. Unless you're doing a nitro beer, it's nitrogen mixed in with carbon dioxide, not monoxide. Sorry.
That's dangerous. From what I hear.
Yeah. So CO2 is created during the fermentation of the sugar by the yeast cells, and which also produce the alcohol. More CO2 is also sometimes added to the beer by the brewers during bottling, canning, or kegging, same as with nitrogen. That's because a lot of the yeast-produced CO2 can escape during the brewing process, and the brewers want to make sure that there is enough CO2 in the beer when they bottle, can, or keg it, because CO2 is not only a byproduct of fermentation, it is also critical to the beer's flavor. That's Miguel's little beer corner right there, or science corner, whatever you want to call it. Wait, that's not the right one. They're like, oh, there we go. Yeah, Miguel's cheering.
Can't it be both?
Could be both. Okay. So let's close it up here. I'm gonna play. This is Nitro by Dick Dale. I heard it earlier, and I wanted to play it. The song with Nitro in it. And any last words, Teresa? I always feel like these podcasts are going by fast now. But
Dude, an hour goes by really fast. I feel like the first 45 minutes, I'm like, what?
We're talking about a lot of stuff, and it's always good conversation, and it's always the beer. And I only had one today, and I like Boddington's, as lame as Jeremiah might think it is. I still like it. It's one of my favorite Nitro beers. But yeah, anyways.
That said, I just poured myself a whole nother beer, so
which one?
out.
Which one is
no,
it?
it's the same beer. I'm just having more of it.
I'm gonna go get a sticker of just the milk stout or the Nitro, just because I want it.
No, this Wake Up Dead is amazing.
If I can find that one, I'll get that one too. I always feel like you guys have way more variety than I do. But
check out Specs. That's where I got mine.
Oh, okay. I have a Specs. Specs Express, not the same thing in any way than a big Specs. That's all I'm just.
You have a Total Wine?
Yeah, the Express has like I guess more liquor, and it's made for like if you're on your way to a party and you're gonna pick up something. Wine, stuff like that. It's even the wine selection. It's mainly just hard liquor that they have. But anyways, so
Express.
Express. They should just put it together. Makes sense, right? No, maybe not. Anyways, any last words, Teresa, for Beer Me 3, episode 14?
I don't. I'm really good with last words.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
bad. And I'm currently bad with.
I'm really good with them, so I have
2%
nothing to say.
beers. Ooh.
What's our mile count at this week?
Saturday, I'm gonna run 17.
17. Okay.
Mhm.
Have you been keeping track of all the miles you've ran in total?
That's funny you should ask. Yeah, so I do keep track with my app, Runkeeper. It's great. And I'm actually going to go on a 5-mile run tomorrow, and with that 5-mile run, I will cross the 1,000-mile mark.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Well, I got a question, though. Can you claim those miles through the airlines?
I mean, I wish I could. Jesus. Or in, like, race registrations. Like, hey, if you've run 500 miles, you get 1 free race. Because that would be amazing. Race registrations are expensive.
So what you're saying is you can't?
Cannot.
Okay, then I'm never running.
It's fair.
Here, I want to try this. Let's see. What is 1,000 miles from Austin, Texas? Let's see. Radius calculator. How far is Dallas from Austin?
187.
Yeah, it's not that far away.
Yeah.
Still, you.
I used to
ran-
drive to Fort Worth from my work, and I know from like my work plant in Austin to the one in Fort Worth is 187 because I have to like total mileage. So,
Yeah, you gotta claim it.
yep.
I don't know how I would even do this. I don't know. Let me see. Well, apparently, there's one for Los Angeles, so you can do that. So let's see.
Well,
Or 1,000 from
hmm,
New York to Los Angeles is 2,400 miles. So look at that. You're
halfway to LA.
halfway. If you were running from LA to New York, you'd be a little less than halfway.
In like how many months is it? It's like I can't math you guys right now. 22 months as I've been running.
Okay, so that's only been in 22 months. You've ran almost 1,000 miles.
Yeah,
That's-
and I mean that's taking some. I
Oh, here we-
haven't. Did you find
Where's
it?
Nassau? I don't know what this.
Nassau?
Nassau County in New York?
No, Nassau.
Yeah,
Nassau, Bahamas? Nassau
No,
in New York or Nassau in the Bahamas?
Bahamas. Yeah.
No.
Yes. You could have ran there. That's 11,000. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's 1,100 miles. So, yeah.
I mean, I'll cross 100 miles, 100 more miles by the end of December. So you're saying in 2 years I could have run from here to the Bahamas if there was a boardwalk.
Let's see. Winnipeg is 1,300 miles. So, could have ran to
That's in
Winnipeg.
Canada.
Los Angeles is 1,200 miles. So, you could actually run to Los Angeles. And Guatemala is 1,100 miles as well. Dang.
That's like through Mexico. Like I could have run through Mexico.
Given that you made it through Mexico, yeah, you could.
I would not have made it.
That becomes a whole nother obstacle course. So
It's like a Spartan race. Spartan, Mexico.
Martin, Mexico.
Oh, Jesus.
Randall, any last words for episode 14 of Beer Me 3?
I wish Rick was here.
Oh boy,
Oh. Where's that little kid, Sad Boys?
don't we all?
No.
Oh.
Miguel, you're really sad.
Yeah, I'm taking it hard right now. Not making me think about it. So thanks.
I'm sorry.
Well, oh well. Rick, farewell. Hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks. If I don't know, depending on what day Teresa decides to podcast, we'll see. She's gonna mess.
Tuesday's great. Wednesday's gonna be rough.
I'll just do it Tuesday, and it'll give me a reason to go buy all those Arizona beers by Tuesday.
Arizona.
So then we'll meet again in 2 weeks on Tuesday. Those of y'all that are listening to this podcast right now, whether you're listening on YouTube, you know that Geek Rant number 3 is going to release tomorrow. Or if you're listening to this audio podcast, Geek Rant this podcast is being released today. So weird. We're in the future. Hey, if you guys could tell yourself something a week from now, what would you tell yourself?
Wait, what?
If you could tell yourself something a week from now, what would you tell yourself?
Like, what do I want to tell myself next Wednesday?
Yeah, the future you, the 1 week older you.
Don't eat the pie.
Don't eat the pie. And there you go. Don't eat the
Yeah,
pie.
I got nothing.
Teresa, don't eat the pie, okay? All right, guys, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Beer Me 3.
Giggity.